anytime I could just start laughing and remembering something that happened that we've experienced together.
First of all, he's like a true waterman. Super, I call him a beast. He's a beast out there in the water.
We go out on just an average day and he gets this unreal, awesome colored photograph that makes it look huge. It's the eye. Aaron has that eye.
I like most of his pieces just for the energy.
Aaron was shooting flash in the barrel, and then it just turned into this full-on photo shoot, and she started doing these like big hair whips in the water.
Hi, my name is Aaron Goulding. I'm a professional photographer and I reside in La Jolla, California. I got to do a lot of traveling at a very young age. I like to say that when I grow up, I can do whatever I want to do. And I did just that. I was able to play in a punk rock band and tour the world. I was a professional bodybuilder. I was able to live multiple lives and multiple lifestyles. Growing up was a bit challenging. For me, what helped keep me, looking forward was the ocean. And I would just, when things got rough, I would jump on the bus. It was a straight shot up Brookhurst. And I would get to the beach and just find comfort in the ocean. I grew up in Orange County. Orange County was like the mecca for punk rock and of course surf and the beach and girls and the whole lifestyle. So it was a pretty awesome experience. I tried surfing really young and I couldn't do it. Wasn't really big on it. So I fell in love with bodyboarding. I got barreled when I was like 15 and I couldn't stop telling people about it. So it stuck with me forever. I just kept bodyboarding. I had really good friends that bodyboarded. Jesse Okuda, Joe Foster that I bodyboarded with, and these guys kept me, always at the beach and positive vibes and trying to push to do better, and then eventually got into professional bodyboarding. I saw a lot of stuff growing up in the ocean, sunsets and animals, sea life, and traveling and seeing things that, I always told myself, man, I wish people could see what I'm seeing. I'd say like around 1988, me and a couple buddies, we would like trade off taking pictures of each other. Shooting photos back then was totally different. But what we would do is, my friend Taylor, he had an SLR film camera, 35 millimeter. I think he was into Canon. He had a custom-made water housing, whether it was in Mexico or Newport Beach at the Wedge or wherever we were just trying to get photos of each other. But I'll tell you something, shooting photos back then was way different. It was, because it was film, you were very careful on what you were taking a picture of. I mean, you only had, at the most, 36 of these suckers. So literally, you waited for the right moment, the lips coming over, and snap. I had many mentors early on, Joe Foster, Taylor Emick, Jesse Okuda, just to name a few, and then a handful of photographers that I shot with back in the day that taught me a lot of stuff. I'd watch guys like Ron Romanowski, and I had guys I looked up to, Brian Bielman, Flame, Aaron Chang. Even though it was years ago, I got all this experience and all of these mentors, I didn't really put all of that into perspective until about 2007. In 2007, I just took everything that I remembered. I took my wife's camera and I just went nuts. She had a digital camera, and I started just trying to remember settings in my head and things that I used to do, and there was some trial and error, and I had already gone through it back in the late 80s, early 90s, but I kind of had to redo it with digital. So it was a lot of relearning how to use the camera and the excitement of knowing that, wow, I can see my photo now, and I could take it into a program and process the image myself, make it look how I see it, how I want other people to see what I see. What I'm looking for in a photograph when I'm shooting a portrait is my subject's soul. I want to see their soul coming out through their expression, through their eyes. So in 2009, I had some issues with my heart. I was out shooting one morning, started noticing he was getting some chest pains and shortness of breath. Basically ended up having to go and get 3 stents in a couple major arteries. One of my arteries was 90% blocked, the other was 50% blocked. The doctor the following morning after recovering was telling me that had I waited 24 hours, I might have had a fatal heart attack.
It means the world to me to follow my passion. I mean, for me, what's the point of living if you can't do what you want to do? I'm very grateful to have my wife and my kids who are patient with me and who understand my love for living life to the fullest and living every moment as if it were the last.